Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's going on, my beautiful people? It is your favorite host in the world, Self-Paid Rose, aka Moneyline Mommy, and I am the CEO of Elevate Your Success 101. We're here at our podcast. We give you that quality knowledge that relaxes your mind and helps you go out there and get past any unforeseen circumstance that may come up in your lifetime. So all of my students know how we do this every single lesson. You guys come to class, grab a pen, grab a notebook. If you wear glasses, get ready to put them on because you are about to take notes. And before we dive into today's episode, I want to give a special shout out to all of my fans, all of my followers, all of my supporters, everybody that was there for me when I started from the bottom, and everybody that's there with me now that we're at the top. Shout out to all of the supporters who helped us get on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. The list goes on and on and on. So I just want to thank you guys so much for the support and for the love, because without you, we would not be here. So now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and dive into today's episode. And before we get started, I'm going to actually give you guys the quote of the day, okay? Today's quote of the day is, don't talk, just act. Don't say, just show. And don't promise, just prove. Okay, I want to be starting off each episode giving you guys a word of the day and a quote of the day before we get into each lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and drop some quality knowledge on you guys. Make sure you write down the quote of the day, which was, don't talk, just act. Don't say, just show. Don't promise, just prove. All right. And now that we got our quote of the day, let's go ahead and move on to our word of the day, which is love. Every single episode moving forward, we're going to give you guys a quote of the day and a word of the day. And today's word is love, right? And I want to give you guys the definition of love, which is to have an intense feeling or deep affection towards something, right? To have a great interest or a pleasure in something, to have an intense, deep feeling of affection, right? So when you think about the word love, you think about an intense feeling of deep affection that you have for something, someone, a place, person, or thing, whatever it may be. I want you guys to do everything from love. Everything that you do should stem from love, right? An intense feeling of deep affection. If you don't love it, don't do it. Okay? So that was our quote of the day along with our word of the day. Now let's go ahead and dive into today's lesson where we're going to be talking about the rules of money. I'm going to give you guys 14 rules of money that I want you to write down, and I want you to implement these rules inside your financial structure. Okay, this is what's going to help you get ahead. This is what's going to help you break that rat race, get out of that poverty cycle, and ultimately start to change the way that you deal with your finances. Okay, so today's topic of the day is the rules of money. Go ahead and write that down on the top of your paper. Rules of money. There's going to be a total of 14. So I want you guys to really pay attention, because I know a lot of my subscribers and listeners, you're really looking to get to the next level. You guys have great ideas, talents, aspirations, and you just need the capital in order to make those things happen. So today we're going to be talking about the rules of money. Now, number one, the first rule of money is to pay yourself. When you get paid, pay yourself first, right? Pay yourself at least 10% of whatever you just earned and treat yourself, right? Make sure you pay yourself first. That is the first rule of money. The second rule of money is to learn how to invest, right? Investing is a skill set. And I want you guys to actually start learning which type of investment fits your passion, fits your lifestyle, fits your current finances, right? Fits your best interest. That's number two. Learn how to invest. Now, the third rule of money, don't hate money, right? You don't want to be a hater of money. Just because you don't have any, you don't want to hate money, okay? You want to love money. You want to show love to your money. You want to let your money know that you appreciate it, that you're grateful for it. Money loves to be treated well, okay? So you cannot be a hater of money. That's rule number 3. Now, rule number 4, you want to give every dollar a job. Every dollar that you earn, you want to give it a job. You want to make it work for you. Now that you've worked for that money, you want to make every dollar have a job. Every dollar that you earn should have a job. So you should be putting your money to work for you, right? Every time you get paid, take a portion of some of that money and give each dollar a job. What is this dollar doing for you? How is this dollar working for you? So the money that you have, you want to give every dollar a job. Go out there and put your money to work for you so you can grow that. Now, the fifth rule of money is to spend less than you earn. Okay? So if you make about $600 a week, you should be spending less than $600 a week. You should be spending less than about $250 a week so that you can have a little bit of a profit margin rolling you over into your next paycheck. So the fifth rule of money is to spend less than you earn. Okay? Spend less than you earn. If you know you make $400 to $500 a week, you should not be going over a certain threshold of over $200 to $225. Right? Because you want to leave yourself some money so that you're not living paycheck to paycheck. So you got to start practicing number 5 diligently every single day, which is to spend less money than you earn. Okay? Spend less of that shit. Now, number 6, have a plan and set goals. All right? You need to have plans and set goals. If not, you'll just continuously be spending your money on irrelevant things that are not going to help you achieve any progress. So you want to have plans and set goals, right? Because most of the time we have goals, aspirations, things we want to do, and we can't do them because we don't have any capital, right? So when we have this money, we already want to have our plans and our goals set so that we could just simply plug and play and pretty much get our goals rolling, right? Most of us have our goals written down. We're thinking about them all day. We just don't have the capital to get these things accomplished. So I want you guys to start practicing having business plans and set goals so that when you come into the money that you've already needed, your business plan is ready and your goals are also ready to be accomplished. Okay, so that's number 6. Have a plan and set goals. Now, number 7, don't be a slave to money. All right, don't be a slave to money. That's the 7th rule of money, is don't be a slave to your money. And ultimately what that means is you want to actually have time to enjoy your money. You don't want to just be working for your money and not having any time to actually spend it or enjoy it. That's how you become a slave for money. You're just working for money, but you're not getting any real enjoyment out of the actual revenue that you're generating. Okay, so you guys want to actually think about, how much time you get to yourself, how much time you get to spend the money that you make, and what are you actually doing in those particular times, right? How do you feel after you've worked a long week? How do you feel when you want to buy something, but you just can't get it yet because you got to still work that day and you don't make it to the store until the store closes, right? Because you've been at work all day, so you can't even spend your money. You're always working, but you can't even spend the money. You're always working and you're always paying bills, so it's like you don't even really have any money. So a lot of you guys are slaves to the money. You got to break that cycle. You got to say, no, like, this is not how I'm going to live every single day. That's number 7, right? Don't be a slave to money. Now, number 8, you want to keep your finances organized. Whatever it is that you guys have to do, whether it be printing out your bank statements, saving a certain amount of money every week, dividing up your income that you have every week, putting it over here and over there. But you want to keep your finances organized. Okay, you don't want to just be swiping your credit card every chance you get and not really keeping track of your spending. Because I'm going to tell you what my mentor told me. Whatever you track is going to grow. So if you're tracking your spending and you're tracking your finances are going to grow. But if you're not paying attention to where your money's going and where it's being allocated, your finances will dwindle over time. So I want you guys to take number 8 and really start implementing it tomorrow, the rest of this week, the next time you get paid. Start to keep your finances organized. This is going to be crucial for you pretty much breaking that poverty cycle. You got to pay attention to where your money's going, right? You got to pay attention to when it comes in and where it goes when you're pushing this money out, such as bills, responsibilities, house care items, wherever it may be. Start to keep your finances organized. Pay attention to where your money goes and make sure that you're tracking it, okay? Now, number 9, it's a game to learn how it works. You guys have to learn how money works, right? I don't want you guys to just be out there hustling, grinding, putting in 40 hours a week, right? Maybe you have your own business, you're self-employed, and you're just bringing in money, but you don't understand how money really works. I want you guys to understand that money should always be moving, right? Money is currency, which means it should be always moving. You don't want to just have your money sitting around a lot because you're going to either pay taxes on it or you're just going to keep spending it. So I want you guys to actually sit down and start to learn how money works. That's what number 9 is. You guys got to actually sit down and read books, sit down and watch the news, sit down and research, sit down and really go through your finances and really learn how money works. Like I just said, money is currency, so it should always be moving. You don't want to just have it sitting in the bank, because you're either going to spend it, right? You're either going to spend that money or you're going to get taxed for it when you try to move it around. Right? And what I mean by that, you guys know it even costs money to take money out the ATMs. You're being taxed for using your own money. So you guys want to start to learn how money really works, so you guys can start investing and choosing the right decisions that are going to help you go next level inside your financial structure. Okay, that's number 9. Take time to really learn how the game of money works. Whether that be reading books, doing research on your craft, figuring out where your money is going once you earn it. You guys got to really sit down and figure out the game of money, so that once you learn how it works, you'll never lose the game of money again. Now, number 10, the 10th rule of money is to always have an emergency fund. That is the 10th rule of money. You want to always have an emergency fund, anywhere between $500 to $1,000. Okay, because if you need a car repair, right, you need a new furnace, right? Somebody may have broken your glass. Somebody may have broken into your car. Whatever type of crazy emergency may happen. Maybe a house caught on fire. Whatever the fuck happens. Y'all know how life gets. We have unforeseen circumstances that arise every single day. But when we don't have an emergency fund, do you know how even harder it is to get through that obstacle? When we don't have no money to pay for that shit. When we don't have no money saved up. Man, I want y'all to really start working on number 10. Always having an emergency fund from anywhere from $500 to $1,000. That's your emergency fund for times of emergency. When I was in high school, I learned about it and they called it a safety net. Okay, so you guys want to have that safety net, which can be your emergency fund, so that if anything comes up, you can pull right through that bank account and handle your business. You don't got to cry and whine and be in this sunken place because your ass can't handle your finances, and now your car done broke down and you don't know how you're going to pay for it. You don't know how you're going to get to work from here and there. You don't know how you're going to pay for your babysitter. You don't know, and you're stressed out. Why? Because you don't have an emergency fund. So I want you guys to save yourself a headache. And before you go into the new year, start to save inside of your emergency fund. Like I said, it should be from anywhere from a minimum of $500, maximum $1,000, just for an emergency fund. Because you guys can never estimate what type of, things are going to happen and how much it might cost to get things handled really fastly. So number 10, always have an emergency fund. Now, number 11, always make your money work for you. Okay, always make your money work for you. And what that means is I want you guys to start investing at least 25% of your weekly income into a solid structured investment to where your money can start working for you. You want to send your money out there every single day to the marketplace so that you have money working for you. You have an active current investment that is working on your behalf to literally grow your money. Right? And I want you guys to Google compound interest. I want you guys to start learning about compound interest and understanding why it's so important when you think as an investor, right? When you're thinking as an investor, you're thinking about how to multiply your money, how to grow it, right? And I want you guys to start thinking about compound interest, right? That's how you're going to learn how to make your money work for you. That's number 11. Always make your money work for you. Don't just go out there and be working for the money and not invest in any of it and not thinking like 5-10 years down the line. You guys got to start making your money work from you in some form or fashion. You guys got to do the research on what type of investments you want. Me personally, I trade stocks, crypto, Forex. I do sports investing. I have a clothing brand. So I'm always having a portion of my money constantly working for me in some way, form, or fashion. Now, moving forward to number 12. Number 12 is to learn how to make money passively, right? Learn how to make money passively. And what that means is you have money generating without you having to put in any physical manual hard labor, right? You have money that's just flowing in from previous investments that you've already set up. So number 12 is for you guys to learn how to make money passively, right? And the things that we can do, let's say we have real estate, you guys own a home, you have cash flow coming in from that. You can have dividend stocks where you're getting paid monthly from certain companies, and that money is coming in automatically without you having to go back and put in the work over and over and over and over again. So you want to have some money coming in for you aside from what you're already doing. And like I said, this should be passive income, right? Money that's going to come in without you having to go out there and physically work for it, physically put in manual labor, right? You guys want to start thinking of what type of ways can I generate passive income without actually working for this money. That's what number 12 is. Learn how to make money passively. Okay. Now, number 13, you want to use your money to solve problems in this world, right? The money that you generate should be used to solve the problems inside of your world, right? Figuring out how you're going to get to the next level. You're working all these hours, taking up all these clients, dropping new projects, promoting yourself, branding your business, doing what it takes. So when you have this capital that you've generated, you want it to be useful, right? If you're experiencing some difficulties, now that you have that capital, go ahead and knock those problems out. You want to use this money as a tool to solve your problems. That's what number 13 is. Use your money to solve problems inside of your world. Whatever's going on in your life, whatever you're struggling with, whatever's holding you back, when you're grinding and you're hustling, take a portion of that profit and use it to solve some of your problems, right? Whether that be some tickets that been holding your license back, whether that be some bills that's been holding your credit down, whatever it may be, right? Use a portion of your income on a weekly basis to solve some of your problems. Because if you're not using the money to solve your problems, you're ultimately continuously being a slave to the money, digging yourself a deeper grave, and just ultimately not being happy. So you want to use some of your money to solve some of your problems. If you guys have a lot of things going on right now, you don't know what's going to happen, right? You're very confused. Things are in a uproar. Start to write down what your problems are, and you're going to see that capital can solve them. So when you come into this capital, I want you to start using it to solve your problems, right? Don't just continuously struggle and think that you're stacking your bread and stacking your bread is going to solve your problems. No, stack your bread and use a portion of it to handle your business so that you can get to the next level. Like I said, whatever it may be, cleaning up your credit, fixing up your driver's license, your past history, cleaning some things off your credit report, whatever it may be, use this money to solve the problems that you're currently experiencing, right? Now, last but not least, number 14, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So when it comes to the money that you're generating on a weekly basis, I don't want you guys to think about the amount, because it's not about what you make. It's about what you can keep, right? A lot of you guys make anywhere from $500 to $800 on a weekly basis, right? Some people make even more than that, but you guys don't see that money. You don't actually keep that money. You spend that money as soon as you get it. So really, really focus in on number 14. When it comes to your finances, remember, it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So if you're making $3,000 to $4,000 a month, but you're still coming up short at the end of the month when it comes to your bills, it's really not all about what you done made, because you didn't keep none of it. As soon as you made that money, you spent it as well. So I want you guys to think about it like this. It's not how much money you make, it's about how much money you can actually keep. That's what's going to get you to the next level. Because once you spend that money, you got to go back and work for it again now. Especially if you don't have any passive income coming in. Especially if you don't have any additional sources of income paying you on a weekly, daily basis. You guys are going to have to get right back out there and work for it. So be mindful of where you spend your money and where you allocate it to. Why? Because it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you can keep. That's what separates the wealthy from the poor. So, number 14, make sure you write that down. That is our last rule of money. It's not about what you make. It's about how much you can keep. Okay, so I want you guys to actually take notes when you guys come to class. Today we talked about the 14 rules of money, and I really want you guys to understand this is something that can improve your finances 360, and you could go into the new year with a new mindset, with an actual strategy to maintain your finances and have a better outlook on how you spend your money. So once again, I'm going to go through the rules 1 through 14 just in case anybody missed it, and then I'm going to actually give you guys the quote of the day and the word of the day again before I let you guys go. So the rules of money, once again, number 1 is pay yourself first. Number 2, learn how to invest. Number 3, don't be a hater of money. Number 4, give every dollar a job. Number 5, spend less than you earn. Number 6, have a plan and set goals. Number 7, don't be a slave to money. Number 8, keep your finances organized. Number 9, it's a game to learn how money works. Number 10, always have an emergency fund. Number 11, always make money work for you. Number 12, learn how to make money passively. Number 13, use money to solve the problems in your world. And number 14, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much money you can keep. Those were our 14 rules of money for today. And you guys know the quote of today was, don't talk, just act. Don't say, just show. Don't promise, just prove. And last but not least, our word of the day was love. And the definition of love is to have an intense feeling of deep affection towards something or someone. So I want you guys to actually do everything from love. Everything that you do should stem from love. So if you guys found any value from today's episode, make sure you go on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star rating, drop us a positive review, and make sure y'all follow us on Instagram at Elevate Your Success 101. Head on over to our YouTube channel, subscribe so you don't miss an episode. You guys can find us on YouTube at Elevate Your Success 101. Shout out to all of my fans and all of my followers coming back for another positive episode of Elevate Your Success 101. Y'all know how we do. I tell y'all this every single